That makes sense. I have to turn it on. Let me introduce myself. According to Amy, I'm Dr. Janet. I have a unique position here in that I have worked with Amy for over a decade. I'm her psychiatrist, but not in the way psychiatry is today. In other words, you can see I'm old, so I have met with Amy twice a week. You know, now not twice a week anymore, but twice a week originally. And I do not work with a disease model of depression, meaning depression is definitely real and it's an awful state and it's internal, definite internal pain that takes the place of other feelings. But my approach, and which makes medical sense to me, is to understand why it's there in this person. That we all have things that are biologically innate, and that would be a breakdown point. It would be innate. Like if we can't handle pain, if we cope and we have walls and then it's too much, then there's some level of breakdown. But so the reason I'm saying this is because when Amy came to me and wanted to work with me, because she was working with one of my colleagues, I said to her, if you're going to do this work, this is how I work. You and I are going to figure out why you're feeling these feelings. And she said, I'm in, you know. So where she started was describing that everything she did felt like work to her, capital W, meaning, ugh, you know, and the way her mom described her with, you know, through school and not fitting into the groove. So she discussed the last job she had as a recreational therapist. Amy could not just do a job. She would have had to do something in life that felt fulfilling to her, whether creatively or psychologically or whatever, a combination. So we started with life is work and chronic suicidal ideation, and we worked and I watched, you know, and it's ironic, she would tell me the right word, whether it's a paradox or irony, that I don't know what it is, but she would correct me. But she worked in therapy because I would not do this job if it always stayed the same. You know, it wouldn't make sense to me. It wouldn't be worth it to me. And she grew and she blossomed, and just in the way I would have wanted to watch. And she could tell me back. She could, in detail, almost more than, well, close to more than any other patient, really be able to describe how she was feeling better and why, and being able to experience herself in the way she was so gorgeously described by people here who knew her clearly so well. And I know all these people from Amy. I get to hear all the intimate stuff, you know. So I know everybody, even though I've not met them. And so Amy was working with me, and I had also referred her to a colleague, a therapist, to get a different approach as she was doing better. And we would speak every week, this other person and I, and Amy was just blossoming and growing. And when she did, what I want to talk about is the level of what she felt, the level of her love with depth, not just this word love. Like David and Nadia were not a boyfriend or a girlfriend. They told each other in depth that they loved each other, and described to me, I know why she loved David. I know why she loved Nadia, because she could talk about it. Given that, her primary, as she would say, the word is primary, love was her partner of all these years. And I think of multiverses in different ways. I think of this movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once, where love sustains whatever manifestation you're in, you know, that Amy loved deeply and was committed to her partner. So when this happened, when I heard that, and I had seen Amy a week before, after she had been released from the hospital, and we talked about why she was in the hospital, what was going on. So when this occurred, and after she had just, you know, found herself, you know, for like now months, and I knew it was not the same depression, you know, chronic suicidality, because she wasn't there anymore. But at first, like when Stephen said, fuck, you know, that's where I was just feeling angry and looking at the hospitalization, not just angry, but analytic and angry about, could this have been, since it wasn't this chronic suicidality, could it have been prevented? And as I was sitting there and listening to everybody speak and then listening to Stephen, I went from fuck to realizing she knew all the joy she was having. She didn't, it wasn't that she just sunk and wasn't feeling any joy anymore. What I believe that she couldn't bear was a pain she would have had to go through. And as much as I hate it, I have to respect her decision that she did not want to go through that level of ungodly pain for her. So I am so glad that everybody, I swear, spoke today and captured Amy so gorgeously, that her life is what mattered, her being alive, and that's what she wanted. She knew what she had. So I just feel happy for my relationship with her, happy that I got to know her on the level that I did. And it was her decision. I want to make it my decision, but it was her decision, and I'm so glad we're going to celebrate all the things about her life. She would have loved to have been here, by the way. I mean, I swear, she would have loved everybody who spoke really, really, really clearly. So that's it. Thank you.